Hi, and welcome to a special edition of Tremco Live. It is our Giving Gratitude edition. This is Tremco Live, where we didn't want that to miss that opportunity of engaging with you, as we try to do each and every Friday. We know you're all at home enjoying your time off, but we wanted to still be able to give you some content. As always, I am Marcy Tyler, the Director of Building Science for Tremco, and I'm joined by my co-host.
And I'm Paul Hogenboom. I'm the president of Tremco Construction Products Group, Marcy, a fine collection of companies, brands, products, systems, and most important, people.
Absolutely.
All over the world.
Most importantly, people. So at this point, you have all enjoyed your Thanksgiving and
Yes.
are looking forward to your leftovers.
Yeah, I'm probably planning right now as to where I'm going in the refrigerator. And Marcy, I think I learned about you that you like gravy.
I love gravy. I love gravy. I would drink it out of a teacup if I could.
Yeah.
And specifically my mom's gravy. So I'm going to try to mimic my mom's gravy, and make sure that it won't taste as good. I think our parents hold off a secret ingredient or two, so it never quite tastes the same, or at least I haven't been able to do it.
Well, as my mom always says, it's just better because I made it.
That is the case.
There's a lot of truth to that.
There's a shout out to our moms for that, for sure. So as this is a special edition, we have some slides that we wanted to share geared towards gratitude. And this first one up here is about 4 ways to get great at gratitude.
Yeah, on the lower right, you'll see, Marcy, it says Center for Creative Leadership. So RPM, the parent to Tremco, has had a long-standing relationship with CCL, that's our acronym. Yep. And so if you're in a leadership position at RPM in any one of the companies or Tremco, or you're an up-and-comer, if you will, you get to attend these leadership programs at CCL. So if you look at the slide, it's a teaching slide, because I think, I think the CCL perspective is we're often so driven by what we're trying to run or lead, or outcomes or objectives or numbers or winning.
Yep.
So they really view gratitude as something that needs to be taught. So these are their 4 key big takeaways on gratitude.
I was very thankful when I was able to go through this program, and I think that was, a key learning was about being grateful or giving gratitude, in your role.
Yeah. So it's easy to think it doesn't matter, or that this is actually, in some ways, it's a skill, right? When you're with an organization and there are people you're responsible for, or perhaps rising to that responsibility. So,
and just this week, I was reminded by a coworker how grateful he was in terms of the agility of our company, giving him an opportunity so he could still be around family and continue to do his job. So he was so grateful, and it just reminded me of how grateful I am of the opportunities I've had here.
Yeah, I like that you brought up family, because I often think, when you boil down what we do and the why, right? To me, it always comes down to first, of course, our people, and then it's their families and the communities they support. So I always say, in the end, it's all about family and community.
That's right. That is so important. As I think back and reflect on those influencers that I've had guide me throughout my career, I focus not on the miles that I've been able to fly or drive.
There have been many.
Yes.
Many more to come.
Yes. Or the hundreds of cities that I've been able to go to, or the shows, or the amazing opportunities for training. But what I really like to focus on and think about are the friendships I've made along the way. That's a key takeaway that I'm so grateful for. It really is friendships.
So, up here you got the word collaboration, Marcy, and I think of that within my role at Tremco is that we have a responsibility and an obligation to have the most experienced, best trained field service individuals who are then present to really support all our partners out in the industry, whether it's architects, engineers, consultants, contractors, general contractors, owners, and so that collaborating, and then of course the words on the job site, famous words from me, Marcy. What do you hear me say a lot of times?
Belly to belly.
Yeah, and of course now I'm like, was it finger to finger?
Yeah.
So we can be 6 feet apart, but ultimately you have to be on the job site. You have to be present, right? And then it's really about building a better building, leaving behind a better structure that can be maintained, that's maintainable, if you will, for perpetuity.
And I think in the tough times we're challenged, right, to do things different and do things in a completely different way in what we're considering our new normal. And I think what's shining is the relationships we've been able to build and continue to grow even during all of this.
Yeah, it was interesting. Early on, Frank Sullivan, who's their CEO and chairman, challenged us with what's different, what's changed. You know, and I kind of carefully went through all of our strategy documents, and I came back and my answer was nothing, right? Because as we just talked about, fundamentally, it's about being, you know, it's about our people in the field being highly present, highly experienced, and ready to help all our partners build a better building. So nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
A little bit, but.
Well, this slide, it's going to take us through a few things that we are thankful for as it relates to Tremco Live in particular. So I love numbers. I will give my mom credit for the love of numbers. She loves numbers. She's always like, you know, if it's December 12th, you know, when it was December 12th, 2012, she was so excited, you know, that's the numbers things for my mom. So Paul, 5. What is number 5 up here? 5 is the number of people that have attended every single Tremco Live.
And it doesn't include me.
It doesn't include you.
But it does include you.
So we have Sam Apia, Lizzie Bailey, James Baker, Artie Molinari, and Craig Nelson. So those were self-proclaimed, attended every single one. And that was as of November 6th. So thank you to our consistent 5 attendees for every single broadcast. 7. So 7 is a thank you to our crew, our production crew that alternate in terms of their involvement with us each and every week. So it's those 7: Alex, Alyssa, Elise, Katie, Lee, Monica, and Nick. We are thankful for your involvement. Yes. Okay, Paul, 29. 29 was the episode we finished. So we've completed 29 episodes so far.
One at a time.
One at a time. 43 is a thank you for those that participated in our events. So those guests, those potentially in some cases reoccurring, there's 43 times we had collaborators on our broadcasts.
Yeah, we have to give a shout out to our most frequent guest. We know who that is, don't we?
I should have put that number up, Pat Garrity.
Pat would be upset with us if we didn't mention him today.
And Ken Krieger's giving him a run for the money though. So yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, 43 different times we had people contributing on our 29 broadcasts.
We're so thankful they contribute their time, their expertise, and they really help us be better.
Absolutely. That time obviously is so valuable, right? And then to be able to share their expertise has really been amazing. It's so grateful for that. 4,000, just over 4,000 are the number of times our broadcasts have been viewed. So they're on YouTube, they're on our Tremco Sealants. Tremco CPG Live is the channel, and you can check those out. So we've had over 4,000 views.
Yep, the handful that I've missed in person, I've been
able to check them out.
I've been checking them out on YouTube.
Check them out, yeah.
It's easy to do.
4,285 is our attendance on our 29 broadcasts. So that's significant.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. So it shows how far we're going.
Thank those individuals for providing their time and attention.
Yeah, they're winding down.
You get a lot of feedback.
I do get a lot of feedback. I'm very thankful for the feedback on how we can adjust, how we can share. And I love the stories of how you wind down your weeks with us. So It's a nice collaboration there. Paul, 6,000.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite number on the slide, right? That's our employees all over the world. And of course, by extension, they support their families behind each of these people and then their communities that they're in. So in fact, it's all about family and community.
Absolutely. So yeah, we get to represent those 6,000 people each and every Friday. Very thankful. Yes. And last but not least, you know, this quote here from Martin Luther King.
Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And I agree with that. And it is life's most persistent and urgent question. So Marcy, I think within Tremco, I always think of two words: raise up. And if we go back to a few minutes ago, we were talking about collaboration, and I used the words obligation and responsibility in terms of for us to provide the most qualified, highly trained feet in the street to be present, belly to belly, right? So, and really the purpose of that is to help all our partners build a better building, right? So I think of that as really raising up the quality and the performance of the buildings, which fundamentally, it's a fundamental human need, shelter. And I often get a big kick out of the fact that we significantly contribute to shelter.
Absolutely.
So with that, Marcy, we're probably thinking of our next.
Yeah, if it's not gravy, it's going to be pumpkin pie.
Or probably both.
Yeah.
So
one followed by the other.
You know, have a great weekend and look forward to getting back together again next Friday with one of our regular topics. But appreciate, Marcy, that we could share this with everybody.
Absolutely. We wanted to be able to share that, our gratitude. So thank you, everybody, for joining us once again.
Be safe.
Thanks.